What's good, YouTube? A lot of people been asking me about telling how I feel about Israel Adesanya's little rant on Twitter. If you don't know, Israel is my favorite fighter. Izzy. We call him Izzy. All the MMA Twitter. Pretty much everybody on the planet calls the boy Izzy. Anybody's a fan of MMA. Now, Israel is a very, very talented dude. If not, he's definitely one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, if not the best. He's probably up there with Khabib, John, and whoever is number 3. But I can honestly say he's my favorite fighter out of everybody in MMA. But he made some very, very tasteless comments on Twitter to John Jones. Now, I could say honestly, up until the point of the mother situation, I was on Izzy's side 100%. But saying is how Izzy is kind of acting and kind of reacting to the situation, a part of me kind of was I'm a little bit on John's side because John lost his mother, I want to say about a year or two ago, and that's very a tough thing to grasp, especially when you come up from a certain point. Him and his brothers. His brother's in the NFL, he's in the UFC, he's hands down probably the greatest MMA fighter of all time, if not the greatest MMA fighter of all time. John is great. John is great, I'll give him that, but John fucks up a lot. When John fucks up, it makes me turn against him, because John is one of those people, he was just so talented when he first came in the UFC. I just knew he would be champion. I told people, barely even knowing who he was. My first time seeing John Jones was when he fought Brandon Vera live on UFC. I remember it. It was on a network that doesn't exist anymore, but the fight was live. And immediately, as soon as I seen him take Brandon down and land that elbow, I said, John is going to be champion. Hands down, this guy's a beast. And I've continued to look up John Jones and see other fights, and I was like, man, this dude he's kind of like Anderson Silva, if not better. And he definitely proved himself to me. But like I said, he's made some troubles in the past, which he had to suffer for. But over time, people just have a hard time forgiving him because we live in a stupid, sensitive society. But like I said, John definitely does stuff to rub me the wrong way. But seeing Israel's performance on Twitter, you're not helping your case, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Israel's still gonna be my favorite fighter, and John does what he does, but like I said, John knows how to handle himself in and out of the cage when it comes to his opponents. And this one right here, like I said, I'm starting to kind of roll over on the John side, because this shit, you just don't talk about someone's dead mother, or you don't bring someone's dead relative into in the first place, And now it's to the point where John's brothers, who are football players in the NFL, they're kind of getting into the mix because they're taking it personal too, and I don't blame them. But this is definitely a fight that has to happen, saying as there's so much bad blood going on with these two. Israel Adesanya is undefeated. He's 20-0. John Jones never really been defeated. He has one disqualification loss that just shouldn't even be on his record, and everybody agrees on it. So they're kind of both, and stylistically wise, they're very similar. They have a very unorthodox stand-up approach about them. But Israel, with his kickboxing background, he moves a little different. He has these kind of reflexes. He does shit on a stand-up level that I don't think I've ever seen in MMA ever before. But, John Jones, on the other hand, he could throw strikes from any direction. He could throw strikes coming forward, going backwards, up, down, sideways, from behind. He's just that guy. He's just a tall, lengthy guy. He has size. He's very strong. He's kind of a bit of a super athlete. But like I said, he's just known to fuck up outside the cage. Now, lately, I can say in his last couple fights, he hasn't been performing the way he used to perform. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, he's been leaning towards the kind of the wrestler side because he doesn't really do the unorthodox striking as much as he used to. But I can honestly say this is a fight that I want to see happen. Now, like I said, I'm an Israel fan. He's my favorite fighter. If they do fight, I hope he wins. But like I said, you kind of gotta watch what you say. Same with John. John gets a little backlash for the stupid shit he does. So why not Israel? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still, like I said, I gave John a lot of shit, but at this point, Israel got to get some shit too, because just like everybody else, because right now the guy who we all fucking hate in MMA is Colby. Lord knows, like, it's only a matter of time before he says the wrong thing. He's eventually just going to turn everybody against him, because he's been saying some distasteful ass comments of his damn self. I was really, really banking on Tyron to knock his motherfucking brains loose. And Tyron, I don't know what the hell was that, Tyron, I've been damn near watching Tyron since the beginning, since Strikeforce. Tyron lost a fan that night, because that's just not somebody you lose to, bro. Like, you should have put it all on the line. You should have went out on your shield. You should have put Kobe on his ass. But this is about Izzy and John. Now, again, Dana said this fight's gonna have to happen. 2021 is right around the corner. John is bumping up to heavyweight. Hopefully, if they do come to some type of agreement, they can make a catchweight fight. But I just really, really hope we can get this fight, because this is the fight to make in MMA. This is easily a $1 million pay-per-view bout fight, especially with these guys coming at each other on Twitter the way they are. But let's keep it professional, guys. From both guys, if you guys are watching this, Again, love both of you guys, but again, keep mothers, fathers, and the shit out of there. Anyway, if you guys are watching this, like, share, and subscribe for your boy. I'm out.